What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Icing the Puck. Hey, man. A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff's been going on here. Okay, we have new highest paid player. Got people not getting credit where they deserve. We got a lot of different transactions. We kind of went over some free agency stuff last time, but
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened since then.
yeah.
It's been kind of crazy.
It has all been, the teams are set. They got their guys now. And today we're going to be talking about a couple different things. We got some news for you, and then we're going to jump into a fun segment that we love to do after free agency. It's NHL free agency biggest winners and biggest losers, because there are some teams that really, struck gold here. And it was a weaker class. Like, let's be honest, it was a weaker free agency class, but
I mean, a lot of it, there's a bunch of stuff that's not even finalized yet, because I mean, there's not fully free agency, but I think there's like 15 players that went to like salary arbitration and stuff like that. And it's a whole crazy thing, dude. It's been insane this season.
And it would take forever to get into all that. Maybe that's, an episode for later. But we're going to talk about some of the deals that have already been done. But first of all, as always, Jordan, how you been, man? Been all right?
Good. Yeah, been busy. I mean, it's been a busy couple of weeks. Had the, 4th of July holiday and stuff like that. So it's been good. Just hanging out, still missing hockey.
Yep, always.
Watching some baseball in the off time,
Same.
Stuff like that, but it just doesn't compare.
Yep.
It doesn't quite scratch the same itch, It's like just jonesing for hockey. So I'm like watching like highlights and stuff like that from games this season, and like what was it, like the NHL posted just like a full game on their YouTube page the other day,
something like that.
Just sat and watched that. It's like
you're really having some blues over there, man.
I know, man, it's bad. Oof. But, I mean, what about you?
I've been hanging in there, just like everybody else. Listen, like the podcast follows the job, okay? We took the 4th off, we had a good time. Just been chilling, been a busy guy as well, but, here we are.
Had a little semi-viral clip there for on our Instagram with...
Which one was
it? Did it go the same on TikTok, or is you talking about, of course, you talking about the Oilers?
Yeah, just Ryan Shea getting signed. And listen, to everybody out there on the socials, okay? My face is gonna block the player's face. I don't understand. Like, I'm talking about the player and everybody's saying I'm reading a prompt. Like, dude, does anybody actually look like, am I gonna look like this? Straight into the camera?
I was really confused by that. Like, what do they want? Like, did they want you just like not be in it, just like your voice over a picture of him? Like, I don't understand,
bro. It's just a bunch of haters. I get it. Like, y'all want to kiss the player? That's
See,
fine.
Here's the thing though. You say a bunch. It was like one guy.
I got ganged up on, man. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Okay, I got ganged up on in the comments. It was a little unfair. All right, I'm trying to report a bunch of news. I told y'all the screen time, by the way, 18 and a half hours. Okay. We hit the limit. We hit the limit for sure. So going hard, trying to get the content that I can for you. But it's just unfortunate some people don't appreciate what I do for them. Enough of that. Listen, we got something huge to talk about. Huge numbers. Leo Carlsson is now the highest paid player, not just in the league, but in league history, Jordan. Your reaction to Leo Carlsson getting a bag.
Yeah, I think it's kind of insane. Like, I don't really understand why this happened. I really don't know what... I get distracted by Sage back there. I don't really understand what the Flyers were trying to do. Like, I know they have like a lot of money and they're like, let's just go for it. But also, that's an insane amount of money for... It's just an insane contract to me. I did not expect him to be the highest paid player in the NHL, just period. At any point. Kind of insane to me. And also, honestly, like, this is kind of going into like what we're going to talk about in a little bit. I think this and the Ducks having to match that honestly makes them a free agency loser because of this alone, which is crazy. Yeah, I know. I won't go too deep into it, but like that makes a huge impact on their entire roster and what they can do and what they have room to do now. And yeah, I mean, are the Flyers the villains now? Like, if they got him and like it paid off, like, and they paid him $18 million, that's great for them. They have the money, they have the space, like, that's awesome. That would be whatever. But now they're just like the bad guys. They're just like pushing other teams. Is that the future of the NHL? Like, insane offer sheets on players, so that way teams are either forced to match him or you get a good player. Like,
That's the name of the game. And, we haven't really seen offer sheet action this crazy before, obviously. I mean, this has highest paid player in league history implications this time. Yeah, I think the Flyers are totally villains. Whether they were trying to sabotage the Ducks or whether they were, and I don't know if I go that deep. I think the Flyers were actually trying to acquire Carlson. I think they wanted him. That was kind of their big swing. They didn't really have one this offseason. They lost out on the John Carlson sweepstakes a little bit. Other than that, they extend Vladar. So, try and go get a young star on the rise. I mean, I agree with you. The numbers don't make sense. Leo Carlsson being the highest paid player in NHL history is crazy when he's never played more than, I believe, 76 games in a season. He played
less than a point per game player.
Yeah, so he played 70 games this year, had 67 points. Now, the points have climbed every year by about 20 points as the years go on, but
you better hope he has at least a 100-point season this year. Otherwise,
yeah. Otherwise, it's a bust. It's a horrible contract. I mean, so what is it? 5 years, $18 million a year. And obviously the Ducks taking on, they matched the offer sheet. Took them about a week. And then Pat Verbeek, the GM, and the owners all said it was a no-brainer decision to give him the contract.
Sure.
But
I think that's just trying to save face a little bit. I think that, I mean, they obviously, if that was a no-brainer, they would have offered that to him beforehand, not had to match an offer sheet. So
if we're going to kind of dig through the weeds of this a little bit, there was stuff that came out about how Verbeek thought the offer sheet was going to come up. He thought it was going to be anywhere between 13.5 and 15. It ended up being the 18 number. And I think he was willing to give the 15, which max Leo Carlsson deserves the 13.5, if that, which I think, I must say this before we go any further. I am high on Leo Carlsson. I think Carlsson has the potential to be 100-point guy. Do I think it's going to be this year or even the year after? No. But once again, he's what? I think he's only 22 or 23 years old or something like that. This is what I'm saying.
Does he have the potential to be a 100-point player? Yes. Will it happen while he's playing for the Ducks? Who knows?
I think it could. I want to get
into
the
thing
segment,
now, though.
But
here's the thing, though. I don't think with that contract it's going to happen because the Ducks are just now, they're strapped. They are in a really bad spot.
And they also, we have to save this for the segment. But it's just, they are strapped. I mean, this was just a disaster from the beginning for both teams, honestly. I mean, if Philadelphia ended up getting him, they'd have to forfeit 4 fourth-round picks. They made their choice. That is what they're willing to do. But the Ducks, one way or another, lost out. So now they have to pay this guy who's not even a point-per-game player, $18 million. And if they didn't get him, then they don't get the guy who they're trying to build their future around. And they look horrible.
It takes them back another 4 years, basically.
Yeah, the rebuild, which in all cases was kind of fulfilled this past season, just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so, I mean, for more than fulfilled, more than it wasn't, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going in the right direction. And this, if they hadn't, if they had gotten picks instead and not matched the offer sheet, it would have been a major step back.
Yeah.
But I don't think that having an $18 million contract for the next 5 years is a step in the right direction either.
No.
But they had to. I mean, they had no choice. I mean, Philadelphia really did just kind of put them over a barrel, basically. I mean, there was Philadelphia was going to win either way.
Yeah.
Either they force a team to have to pay $18 million to this guy, or they get this guy for $18 million when they can afford it. I mean, that's the thing. They could afford it and still have room versus the Ducks. Now they are, they're hard up, and they it might not go so well for them come new contracts coming up, for some of these other players. So it's going to be an interesting next couple of years for them to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the reason they were waiting to re-sign Zegras to see what happens, because I think he's in arbitration with them as well for a new contract. So
he is. And we'll see what he gets. Definitely won't be as high as Carlsson.
Definitely not $18 million.
No, but everything seems to be an overpay nowadays. And we'll shift gears here a little bit. Obviously, one team that didn't really overpay anybody, but making some bad decisions, Carolina Hurricanes. Their owner is, he's definitely underappreciating a lot of people.
He's definitely, he's drawn some attention to the team.
Oh, yeah.
not in a good way.
No, nope.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting, it's not the first time something like this has happened,
This is the
but
most
it's
extreme case.
but it's the first time it's happened like this extreme. Yeah.
This is
I
bad.
mean, for anybody that's not aware, the owner put his entire family basically as the first, I think it's 6 names. No, first 7 names. It's him and his wife and then their 5 kids.
Yeah, so above the coaches, the players, training staff, above everybody, pretty much.
Yes.
They won the Stanley Cup, actually.
Yeah, and by
So-
doing this, have forced players and other staff to be left off.
But yeah,
Most of the players were players that were needed. They would have needed to like petition to add them to the cup, but still. And the staff was like, it was an equipment manager. That's the one that
Yeah.
everybody's talking about. But it's
Bob
not just him. There's
Gorman,
other players too.
who has been with the organization since the 70s, apparently.
Yeah.
Since
I mean,
they
he
were
is
Hartford.
on the cup already, but also he's a part of this team, and he was a part of the reason they won the cup this year. And now he's just being left off in place of, so that the owner's
The owner's
like
daughter.
5-year-old kid can be on the cup because
Yeah.
they're out there putting in the work.
For sure.
So
For sure. They're
insane.
hey man, sometimes those kids are just what really pushes the owner to make better decisions. You know what I mean? For the sake of his family. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. We don't curse on this show, but this is absolute bullshit.
Yeah,
I-
it's a scumbag move. Like,
Yeah, 100%. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't get animated like crazy about stuff like this. Like, usually when it matters, it's not my team. But, like, I really think the Hurricanes, like, just like any other team, they worked so hard to get here. I mean, they swept 2 teams, like, incredible effort. And imagine, like, I'm gonna say, if I was a player, this would make me not want to play there. Like, I would consider maybe not playing in Carolina because the owner is going to put his 5-year-old child on the cup if we win again. Like, which obviously he probably won't do this again, assuming they win next year or whatever. But, like,
he will. If he does it once, he's the kind of person that would do it again.
yeah, maybe so.
You
I mean,
know,
there
I
hasn't
mean-
been as much backlash as I thought we'd see. Like, there's been rumbling on the internet or whatever, but, like,
The reason is like there's not really anything you can do about it other than
Yeah.
complain about it.
yeah, for sure.
You can't like fine him. You can't. I mean, ultimately, it is allowed.
Yeah.
It's also just, like I said, kind of a scumbag move.
Yeah, it is, 100%.
And it shows where your priorities are, and it's not with the team. It just goes to show the disconnect between players and the people who are a part of it day to day. And, I think the last time that someone put like their spouse, like an owner put their spouse on the team or on the cup, was like someone put their wife, but the wife was actually part of the team. Like she was like an assistant,
Mhm.
something, whatever on the teams. Like that's a different scenario than your children who have done
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
for the team. I mean, they could be fans, they could be supporters, like, I'm all for like family and stuff like that, but also leaving people who are, a big part of the organization off just for that is insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll never be in the mind of that owner and what he was thinking when he did that. And again, ultimately, he is allowed to do it, but
Yeah, it's a case of, like, it is what it is. I mean, Hurricanes players, me and Jordan will complain for you, since I know you don't really want to, focus on that. But we're here. We're your voice. We're speaking for you.
absolute
One last...
Canes moment.
Yeah, literally,
Hurricanes moment.
Canes moment. I'm officially back on the Canes hating train now because of this moment. No. But yeah, one last little piece of news before we get into our big segment. I thought this one was kind of cool. Wanted to talk about it for a sec. But the New York Islanders have started a fan design competition to decide their 3rd alternate jersey this year. This is the first time I think we've really seen anything of its kind. I love this. I think this is awesome. Like, this is a great way to engage the fan base, to engage not just your fan base, but like just the NHL fans in general. Like, and wearing that jersey, I mean, that jersey's going to sell. It's going to bring so much revenue to the team. But even aside from that, like, that fan is going to get so much recognition. Honestly, could probably get like job opportunities and stuff too. So like, I love seeing stuff like this. I'm excited to see the jersey.
Yeah, I've seen stuff where like fans have designed the like warm-ups or like theme night jerseys and things like that. But like an actual like alternate jersey is going to be kind of cool.
That's going to be sick.
And I mean, let's be honest. I have seen like I follow a bunch of like pages on Instagram, stuff like that do like jersey mock-ups for
Me too.
teams.
Yeah,
And most of them are better than actual jerseys that you see in the NHL.
100%.
So this is awesome because please
Yeah.
Please give me the Colorado Rockies purple
Yeah.
Avalanche
Yeah.
jersey crossover. I
Teams
need it.
follow suit. They follow suit. Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, we're big jersey guys. We're big swag guys, big merch guys over here. So
As
like
you can see.
we love seeing stuff like this. So yeah, that was cool to see. Just wanted to mention that here.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, we're definitely gonna shout you out on the show. We'd love to have you on the show if possible. Kind of
I'm
talk about the
I'm actually
jersey.
wearing I'm wearing like
That's some
fan made
swag.
merch and stuff like that for the team. So dude,
Who's that one for? Which
bro,
player's that one for?
got my wedge wall shirt on.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, it's sick.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
I would love to see a Dallas Stars Buckies collab, bro. I would love to see that, man, or something
awesome.
something of the sort, you know. But
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Bucky's is a Texas thing. The Dallas
Yeah.
Stars don't own them, bro.
would you shut up? That's enough, bro. Texas hockey, it's trademarked.
It's gonna be like the first, like the Bucky's is gonna partner with the new Texas team. That's gonna be like their first thing, dude. Just like snub Dallas or like go straight to the other Texas.
I'm gonna
team.
say this, yo. If the team does end up coming to Austin, and how every team has a sponsor on their jerseys now, if I see that little HEB across the chest, I might have to switch over, dude. You know.
But that would mean that
Cool.
the Texas Stars would have to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, they have the claim to fame of the HB sponsorship. But
Yeah, dude.
all right, enough of that. Let's get into our big segment here. We are doing NHL free agency / off season winners and losers. Here's the way we're going to do it. We're going to do 3 of each. We're going to go back to back with loser and winner, and we're going to discuss each in depth and why they are a loser and winner. I'm going to kind of take the lead here. I have an established 6 teams I really want to talk about. We're going to get Jordan's thoughts and reactions here. We're going to start with our loser, our number 1 loser. This is in no particular order of who was a bigger loser or winner when I named these, but we're going to go off what we were already talking about. The Anaheim Ducks. Obviously, the Leo Carlsson offer sheet. We just discussed that whole thing at the beginning of the episode. But then also, Pavel Mintnikov. Okay, they get afraid after the Carlsson situation that he's going to get offer sheeted, and they give him a massive overpay, I believe $7 million plus a season.
7.2.
For 5 years, right? Or 6 years?
5.
Yeah. And this is a guy, a lot of potential for Pavel Mitnikov, but I believe he's already 25 or 26 years old, hasn't really reached the peak that the Ducks were kind of hoping. He's a former first-round pick. Massive overpay. And then also, to add on to the defenseman struggles, you lose Trouba, you lose Gudis, which not the biggest hits in the world, but, the veteran presence has officially just dropped off of that team. I believe the only other significant move they made was AJ Greer as a depth center. So things are looking a little rough for the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, they are out of money. They are like, I mean, they have, they have a little bit of money, but they have some other signings they have to do. And, within the next year, all the players they lost their physicality. Like those guys were physical players and veteran players at that. And I don't know if that was like intentional. They're like, all right, they taught what they needed and they're now time to move on and like let the young guys take over. But yeah, the panic signing overpays is kind of crazy. And I mean, I don't know, man. The Leo Carlsson thing is it's kind of crazy to me just how this situation played out.
Yep.
And it doesn't really make me worried, but also like for the future of the league it makes me worried in the future of the league for like teams that are not like, I don't know the right way to say this, like the big guy, like the big boys in the league kind of thing, like the teams that you can, constantly think of as being like playoff teams.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those teams are safe in the way of like a lot of players will take a discount to play for them because they are good teams and like consistently make the playoffs and like they're consistently competitors. Those teams that are kind of on the fringes of the playoffs or in rebuilds or stuff like that this should be really scary for you. Like, is this the future of like, I'm going to have to massively overpay less than, star players, like, or star adjacent players just to be competitive or try to be competitive?
I can answer your question. The answer is yes. The name of the game is overpay now with the cap going up and everything. I mean, it's the Leo Carlsons of the world are now worth 18 million. It's officially established. Like, and I just, it's a situation of poor management versus good management in this league. I mean, we both have teams that, well, debatable for my team, but your team has good management. Okay, the Ducks, Pat Verbeek is not a good general manager. Like, and this goes for a lot of teams where they're willing to, like, it's almost like gambling. You know, he's in a casino and he's waiting to see if, like, Leo Carlson's the slot machine. He's waiting to see if he's going to hit or not. And then he doesn't hit. And what do you know? He's on the cusp of losing this future player. So now you have to put all of your money into the machine. So,
yeah. It's like, I mean, it kind of shows like he probably didn't want to, like, he wasn't as invested in the team as other players are in the league. Like, because if he was really invested in the team, he would have had a deal signed before free agency. Like, it wouldn't have even been a question. And his thing was he was following the money. And I don't know. Is that like is that what you want out of your players? Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of
yeah, they're definitely, they might be, honestly, I said it's in no particular order. They might be the biggest loser because they spent more money and lost more players. So the team did not stay a contender. They essentially just had to pay 2 guys and lose everybody else. So, and not even gain a significant star player in free agency this year. It's a bad loss. With that being said, I want to move on to the first winner. Love talking about this team, and the more it's kind of marinated on my plate,
I know what you're going to say.
Well, let's see. I think these guys are some of the biggest winners, and I can't wait to see how their season turns around. That's the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think this might be the best offseason they've had in the past 5 years. And I think this offseason, depending on how it goes into the season, like if it works out the way I think it will, I think this keeps Matthews around long term. It'll kind of, silence a lot of the trade rumors. And to recap, the biggest move, in my opinion, is even free agency. They draft Gavin McKenna #1 overall, who is supposed to be a generational talent. That's yet to be seen, obviously, but he has Connor Bedard-like hype, Connor McDavid-like hype a little bit. He's the next man up. And, if you watch his play, he's incredible, and he's going to do great playing in the top 6 for Toronto. I think he's going to be thrusted into the top 6. I personally think he's going to fit well. But let's go even further now. You have Darren Radish, the first major move of free agency, a sign-and-trade. A guy, late bloomer in the league, but never ever have the Leafs had a puck-moving defenseman like this in the past 5 to 8 years. This is going to change things. Power play instantly upgraded. And then another move that people seem to forget about. They get Bob. I don't understand the talk on social media about how Bob is washed, a terrible goaltender, yada, yada, yada. He's a 2-time Stanley Cup winner back-to-back. What other goalies win 2 Stanley Cups back-to-back against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl? Name me another one. You can't. Yeah. So just kind of throw that out there.
I think that I don't think it's a bad move in getting him. I do think it's a little bit of a risk just because of his age, but not because of his abilities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much like he's a good goalie, and he will be a good goalie for the next couple of years. But, there is always risks the older you get. And it's just like, is he going to be able to play the same amount of some amount of games and, kind of keep the pace that he's been up? Because he always has played like a majority of his games. And, but I do agree with everything else. I honestly, that was one of the first teams that came to my mind when it came to free agency winners because of, the adding to the back end. I really wasn't even putting drafting McKenna into it. But I do agree that they seem like they might be a little more, well-rounded this year. The main concern is going to be player health. They do have a couple guys that are still not 100% for the season. And if they can stay healthy through the entire season with the roster they have, I mean, it could be, back to the playoffs.
Yeah.
This year. And
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, another move too is they add a lot to their depth. They get Nick Paul, who I loved on Tampa as a bottom 6 guy. They got a couple other bottom 6 guys. They kind of revamped that part of the team.
Got rid of Nick Robertson.
Yeah. Got rid of some dead weight. And I like Toronto, man. I like Toronto being a wild card team at least. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So assuming Matthews can come back from his injury, I think it's going to be a fun little season for Leafs fans. But
yeah.
Next loser, hurts to say, but the Dallas Stars are my next loser for the NHL offseason because, well, there's a whole multitude of things going on here in the Southwest quadrant. Obviously, Jason Robertson's situation is still up in the air. They had quite some time to figure this one out. And they couldn't. They couldn't, and they still can't for some reason. I think Dallas has a number they want, and Robo's camp has a number that they want. And Robo is not budging on his number of 15 mil, especially, damn it, Leo Carlson, why'd you have to do this to us? You made things worse. And then move that a lot of people haven't talked about as much is Dallas loses Maverick Bork to a division rival. They trade him to Nashville. Nashville extends him 6 years, I think 6.25 a year.
Yeah.
An
They trade him to clear cap so they can re-sign Robertson. And
they don't re-sign Robertson. Yeah, and an amazing deal by Nashville. Nashville Predator fans, you just got a great one. I mean, this is a guy who I think is just going to get better every year. He has so far.
The Saban effect.
I guess so, man. The Pred in the community, but yeah, Dallas is a big loser, man. I mean, they don't even, I can't even name a move they made.
That's my reasoning for, I agree as well.
Yoel Kiviranta is the only move they made.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's really, they have kind of been inactive. I mean, Kiviranta's a great pickup. He's a good depth player. He's just bounced back and forth now between the Avs and Dallas.
Yeah, pretty much.
For the past couple of years.
Had a fun time, so.
Just please, no more playoff hat tricks for him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just, kind of the inactivity that is what did them in. But also, they really couldn't do anything because, one, they were strapped for cap space to begin with. They shed cap, shed some players and made some trades to free up cap, trying to sign Robertson, and that didn't happen. And honestly, I don't know what Robertson wants, dude. I don't understand.
I don't think anybody does.
If he wanted money, he already got offers from teams paying him way more than he originally thought he was going to get. But now it seems like he wants to be on a competitive team.
Robo is asking for too much. A player, this is a situation of a player trying to get the perfect situation. It's like what does he want? I'm genuinely curious. Does he just want to go make $15 million on Colorado or something? Or what's
going to happen now?
Florida or whoever, Carolina. Do you want to go make 15 mil for a cup team? It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, now that they are in arbitration, they'll have him for the next season at a number that he's not going to like. I mean, obviously, he has to agree to it, but it's not going to be 15. I mean,
and then guess what? When he's a UFA, if he doesn't choose to stay with Dallas, maybe he's trying to become a UFA to stay with Dallas because maybe they'll they shed the Sagan contract. They're going to shed some more stuff after the season's over. But then after that, it's your choice is either stay with Dallas or sign with a loser. You know what I mean? And make the 15.
I mean, here's my take on it. So he's going to be a player, play for them this season at whatever number they come up with. He is going to, if he doesn't have a deal done by January, he's getting traded.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, I think it's terrible. It's a terrible loss for the team. He is
That's
a really good player.
It's got to happen.
But you cannot risk losing him for nothing. You have to get him. You have to trade him for assets.
100%.
Especially since, I mean, I think when they do arbitration and sign that bridge contract or whatever, I think that they are fully trade eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, actually.
He can be traded come next deadline, if that's what you're wondering. But yeah, Dallas is a loser. I mean, you add one depth player. You don't get your best player locked down. You lose one of your up-and-coming talented players. And this is a classic theme for Dallas. It's always in a win-now situation, never able to win. And trading away young players who are your future just to keep guys and I love these guys, but Sagan, Duchesne, Ben came back, we all knew that was happening. It's but how many more times are we going to get Jamie Benn on a vet minimum and try and win again? And now you're putting, is Robertson even going to want to give full potential this season, or is he going to want to be healthy so he can cash out? I don't know. It's getting really rough down here in Dallas, and as a fan, I'm not happy about it. I can't wait till the Austin team becomes a thing so I could switch. No. I'm kidding. But listen, we're in a crunch for time. I can't just reminisce on Dallas. I wish I could all day. But I'm going to go into my next winner, and this is one. I have some unlikely ones here. I didn't want to do just the obvious ones. We got a couple obvious ones out of the way. My next winner is the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, what a successful offseason for the Edmonton Oilers. I love what they have done. Okay, number one, they got rid of the full Darnell Nurse contract, which I don't think any hockey fan ever
That was
thought
an
they'd
insane
get out of that.
move. I have no idea how they did that.
They did it.
Babcock's like, you got to take this contract or I have to look through your phone.
Yeah, he's like making blackmail threats to San Jose. He's like, I'll do some serious things. But then other than that, they get his replacement immediately. Ryan Shea, another breakout defenseman this past season, who honestly put up similar numbers to Nurse on half the salary. Okay. Then you get a couple entry-level guys like Colton Dock coming up. You get Shakir Mukhamadullin from San Jose, like that. And you send Dickinson and Murphy, the 2 trade acquisitions you got last year that helped you, and you'll have a fully healthy team. Okay, this is Edmonton's best effort in trying to get McDavid to stay. Also, they get Freddie on a 1-year vet minimum deal. I thought Freddie was going to get a 3-year deal somewhere with the way he performed in the playoffs, but, Edmonton kind of making the goalie room just slightly better here. So, they've done, I think this team is going to be better than previous teams. We'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah. Can I kind of say like an out there kind of like wild take? I don't know exactly when during the season, but at some point during the season, the tandem for Edmonton will be Levi and Anderson. I don't think Jarder will play later in the season.
Love it. Yeah. Did they re-sign Ingram?
No.
Wow. Yeah, I love the Levi and Anderson tandem. I think that would be awesome. I forgot they got Devin Levi as well. I think that's a decent move. Another guy who needed to change the scenery a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you've got Young kind of up and coming. Like he's always had pretty good numbers.
Just
and
a little
then
inconsistent.
Yeah, playing for Buffalo kind of did that to him. But I mean, still his overall numbers, his overall stats are pretty solid. And then pair him with a, veteran goalie with Anderson,
Freddie,
who again is also kind of inconsistent. It's like, hey, when one drops off, toss the other guy in and be like,
see if they get on a hot streak,
hopefully they're offset from each other and you just don't have both goalies kind of in a slump at the same time. But
I actually kind of like Edmonton's blue line now, dude. Now that you get rid of Nurse, I mean, you have Bouchard, Ekholm, Wallman, Shea, and Mukhamadullin.
I think Shea will be even better having players like McDavid and Draisaitl in front of him to pass to and to make plays with.
Yeah. This is the best place he could have ended up.
Dare I say he will become their number 1 defenseman?
No. Never get rid of Bouch.
Because Bouchard is terrible.
That's enough. All right. Snubbed of a Norris. Snubbed.
Whatever, dude. If he wins a Norris, it has no meaning anymore.
On to our last offseason loser. All right. Now, this is one, once again, nobody would expect this one, but I'm throw it out there. It's a tie. I don't know which one I want to say. Let me go with the more obvious one, actually, because the other one I think would get a bit of an overreaction. But we're going to go, I'll do the last one as an honorable mention. But I'm going to go the LA Kings as the offseason loser, the third offseason loser. I think the LA Kings are
retirement home.
Yes, they are the biggest team with no direction in the NHL currently. They signed 3 players, all above the age of 36. So they get Eric Holla on a 2-year deal, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with these 3 players. They're all good players, but it just doesn't make sense. So Eric Holla...
They're not the guys that you sign to the same team. It's like the guy you pick up, let's just pick him up and have him on the bottom 6 on our team.
Yeah.
But now you got 3 of them.
Yeah, so Eric Holla on a 2-year deal, who's a pretty good player, put up good points in Nashville. Get Matt Zuccarello on a 1-year deal, which so shocked he did not go back to Minnesota. Great power play guy. Then you get good old Corey Perry back on a 1-year deal, And by the way, gonna throw this out there. All 3 of these guys are going to be traded by January. They picked up all of these guys. It might be a big brain move, actually, because they're going to get assets. And they're going to plan for the future. And maybe you might be kind of fun, kind of good, but that's why I kept them last for the losers. Still no direction. Now, the LA Kings have the possibility here to have not only a good power play, but one of the oldest power play units in the NHL. And it's going to be so fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's just like, what are they doing? Like I said, I made the joke, like the retirement home, but there's also like, they play such slow hockey. They play man, it's so boring. They're one of the most boring teams to watch.
For sure.
And this doesn't help them. Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
They're like Kopitar's gone. What do we do now? And they're like,
get 3 guys to replace Kopitar. 3 guys
who don't even stack
40.
who don't even stack up to compare. Like,
no.
like
No.
Kopitar was still competitive, like in his last season. I mean, he was insane.
Yeah, one of
But-
the all-timers. But yeah, the LA Kings are ridiculous. That was just a quick one to throw in the loser column. Last winner here, and I think, in my opinion, the ultimate winner of the NHL offseason, the Washington Capitals, who are going to be the winners of the Metro Division. My earliest preseason prediction, they will win the Metro Division. I'm saying it right now. They are that good. Not only do you get Alex Tuch at a decent number, because that cap is only going to go up, and you get him at 10.5. Alex Tuch is a great productive scorer in this league, multiple 30-plus goal seasons. You get Boone Jenner for the depth, okay? Love that move. Love it so much. And then guess what? Ovi's back, baby. We all knew it was happening, but they lured him back in with all these moves. There's so many more moves that the Capitals made, but yeah, dude, I love these moves. You get Desharnais on the blue line, a physical guy. Like, come on, man. I'm ready for some for some Capitals hockey, man. The nation's
Yeah, I mean
capital.
they've been for the past couple of years one of those teams that's like I mean they started this beginning of last season leading the division and was staying up there and then just kind of slowly fell out of that slot.
Oh yeah, the Jordan Kyrou trade. Forgot to
Mhm.
mention that one. Huge moves. And guess what? You got one of the best goalies in the league, Logan Thompson. I mean, what's stopping you at this point, man? Sorry, didn't mean to catch you.
No, I mean it's they're just consistently, adding and making their team stronger, and they have done that for the past couple of years, and the moves they made this year were just kind of an escalation of that, that entire philosophy or that entire, process. And I think bringing Ovi back is a big one. That alone is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't think it's an insane take to say that they could win their division. Now, I mean, it's going to take a lot of work, but
You got
hey.
Carolina to overcome.
yeah,
So-
but Carolina's a little beat up right now after the
bit.
playoffs. They're
Jarvis is going to be out for a little bit.
mhm.
A lot of hockey
Yeah.
was played.
So
So
we'll see. But I agree. They're a pretty good winner. I want to throw an honorable mention in there of Florida. I think that they've like the Panthers. I think they made
For
some
sure.
good moves. They're definitely on that winning side of it.
everybody's going to be healthy.
Yeah, I think
Get
that's
ready.
the biggest thing. We talked about it. I really do like the Kachuk move. I know that's not part of it's more of just off season, not whatever, but whatever you feel about
hate
that.
the game. You hate the game.
If you're not upset about the Carlson thing, but you're upset about
I'm upset about both. You can be upset about both. Like, I don't, bro.
anyway,
Game's getting worse objectively.
whatever.
All right, that's for another day.
Who's the last?
We did all of them. I have two
Did we
honorable
do-
mentions.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Another honorable mention I have for losers, I'm going to put the Minnesota Wild on there. I don't think they're an ultimate loser. I think they've kept their team. They're obviously looking to extend Hughes. That's going to happen. But really all they did was trade for Blake Coleman, who I think is not nearly as good as Matt Zuccarello, who they could have gotten for cheaper. Now they got to pay Blake Coleman, I think, like $4 million or something like that, $3 million. Yeah, and I just think the team didn't get any better, but they also didn't really get any worse, maybe slightly worse. I don't know. They're still going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, I have another one that's kind of a like semi-loser, like kind of just whatever. The Canucks kind of sleeping over there. They signed like 2 players.
What are they supposed to do?
I don't know, man. I don't know, anything.
Nothing's happening.
They've got like $30 million in cap space. They need to do something with it.
Nah, bro, the ultimate rebuild is just beginning. Brendan Gallagher isn't going to make one bit of a difference. But
Yeah,
a winner I'm going to throw in there.
They signed my boy Matthew Steinberg from Colorado,
my bad,
dude.
Bro. A winner I'm
Who
going
had
to
it-
throw in
yeah.
there. Last minute winner, Montreal, getting Demidov on that contract that you got him on. Not many other moves were made, but
Montreal can't keep getting away with this, dude. It's
They can.
insane.
they can. They are going to be the next Canadian team to win a cup, and you're going to like it.
Not the Leafs.
Unfortunately, my Leafs are after. It's going to happen back to back. Yeah.
What if they have to play each other? I don't know. It was a joke. I know that's not gonna happen.
But yeah, that's our off-season winners and losers. I think we're going to come back with y'all. The fun episodes are going to start coming as the news starts slowing. So we're We're gonna be doing some maybe not so hockey content. I don't know. We'll see. We got a couple things. Maybe some food content. Maybe some swag content. Some merch content. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we go with this. But hey, we appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Even through our breaks, we'd be taking a lot of breaks, man. We're busy guys, but thank you. You know, we're trying to do our best here in the off season. We appreciate all the support, all the engagement, even if it's ganging up on me in the comments. You know, all of it is very much appreciated. Socials, link in description down below. Always check out the socials. Listen to this episode. Share it to everybody you know. That's a wrap. Anything you got, Jordan?
No, I'm just excited to, you know, be one day closer.
Yeah,
and
is it
one week
October
closer
yet?
to hockey.
Is it
I know,
October yet?
dude. It can't come any sooner, but hey, you know, the content is coming and like you said, the fun episodes are coming, and we will see everybody in the next one.
Adios.